What is up, guys? Dashing here, and we are live for Shockwave number 153, my friends. And could you ask for a better way to get the show started than with this beautiful sight right here? The Women's World Champion, Alice Blake, gracing our screens straight out the gate, but she is not going to be the one in action here. Vanessa Morgan set to get things started against Sophia Eve Faith. Now it looks like someone managed to nab even Blake's side plates when we were in San Antonio. Nobody's side plates are safe over these last few months, but indeed, my friends, we are fresh off of Mob Violence, the Royal Rumble matchups. Woo! What a night it was. Two incredible Rumbles. Great show overall. But as we always say, the action never stops here in CMV, and we are now en route to validation in just a few weeks. But, well, guys, I think if you were a betting man, you would be counting on Sophia Eve Faith, the mad woman that she is, not lasting all too long here in this matchup. But, well, consider what's on the line, guys. Alice Blake has promised Sophia Eve Faith a shot at her Women's World Championship if she can somehow defeat Vanessa Morgan here on Shockwave. And a little bit of moral support from her friend, the television champion Thea, going to be in her corner. But I mean, guys, come on. The condition that Sophia Eve Faith is in. Again, I got to have a chat with our doctors to find out where they went to medical school, because I don't know how Faith is clear to compete, still suffering from those bruised ribs, courtesy of that attack by, it was Danielle Davis a few weeks ago, and a potential broken right hand. That thanks to Vanessa Morgan. Remember, Aaron Stone actually approached Alice Blake and said, hey, what gives? Why the hell did Morgan attack Sophia Eve Faith? And Alice Blake saying, look, I just told her to attack the first person she saw. It so happened to me, Faith, and I'm sorry about that. And I guess kind of trying to smooth things over, if you will, by giving Faith this chance. Well, not much of a chance. I mean, come on. Even as Sophia Eve Faith at 100%, guys, I don't know if I'd give her much of a chance against Vanessa Morgan, undefeated here in CMV, but maybe, just maybe, Faith can be the one and earn a shot at the Women's World Championship. But again, unlikely. Big short-arm clothesline by Morgan there, and a forearm smash to follow it up. Indeed, though, out here at ringside, still the Women's World Champion Alice Blake successfully defending against Isabella Almas at Mob Violence, and still the television champion, Thea, successfully able to retain against Danielle Davis at Mob Violence. But we know that Vanessa Morgan has been wanting a crack at the fiery French Women's Championship. I mean, she did defeat Thea, albeit by count out a couple weeks ago. A win is a win, as they say. It's legit. Can she remain undefeated here? Look at Faith. Her attacks are so far having zero effect, maybe even negative effect, on Vanessa Morgan as she gets lifted up now into wasteland. Shockwave number 153. The inferior show, I like to call it. I mean, the obvious. Right, B show here in CMV. Make sure you turn in for the A show, the flagship show of CMV. That's Octane. This upcoming Monday, as we head toward validation, guys, and the return of the Battle of the Brands. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is a little bit of a spoiler alert. It's not going to be much of a battle, because Shockwave is going to get trounced. I mean, look at Octane's roster, and then take a look at Shockwave's roster. Look, no disrespect to the talent here on Shockwave. Some great names, sure. But, I mean, let's be realistic here. Adam Valentine and his boys are going to get trounced, and I'm going to get myself five names I get to pick. Any names I want to come join Octane. I'm already planning a little bit here, I gotta tell you. Shockwave might have to introduce some new championships to be fought for. That's all I'll say for now, anyhow. As Vanessa Morgan contorts Sophia E. Faith, trying to bend her all up, but Faith is able to escape. I'm surprised that Faith has lasted this long. Keeping it back with you. That's impressive in and of itself. As we see Sarah Miller and Alice Blake watch from ringside. Big choke slam right in front of the Women's World Champion. I guess that wasn't enough, as Vanessa Morgan now looking for that disgusting powerbomb of hers. 1, 2, 3, and still undefeated. I mean, guys, again, what did we expect? Sophia E. Faith isn't even at 50%. And if she keeps this up, guys, Faith might end up permanently incapacitated. You gotta give herself time to recover. Now, I understand she couldn't pass up on this chance of a lifetime to potentially face Alice Blake for the Women's World Championship, but this was just a shellacking. Plain and simple. Probably had it won off that choke slam, but Vanessa Morgan with this powerbomb. I don't think anybody's kicked out of it yet. And Sophia E. Faith biting off more than she can chew. If I'm Thea, I'm worried. I'll say that much. Pat LaFave's unstoppable, but I know who was probably keeping an eye on this one. That's the Women's Rumble match winner, Ruby Raquel. And this upcoming episode of Octane, we will see Alexia Diamond of the Uncut Gems taking on Alice Blake. Of course, ahead of Validation, Ruby Raquel challenging Alice Blake for the Women's World Championship. When it comes to championship gold, Vanessa Morgan looking to get some of her own, and Thea just got a front row seat. How that might end up for her once they do clash for the television championship. Whew. Well, my friends, coming up next, history is about to be made here in CMV, because for the very first time ever, two men are about to challenge for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Yes, beautiful bow. And of course, Erection, the Bromancers, getting their crack at the Women's Tag Team Championship. It's 2026, as Beautiful Bo said so elegantly a couple of weeks ago. And why shouldn't they be able to fight for the Women's Tag Team Championship? It's been interesting back and forth though between the Bromancers and the Media Outcasts in recent weeks. Of course, we saw Beautiful Bo steal Rebecca Starr's spot in the Women's Rumble match at Mob Violence. Actually had a pretty strong showing, did Bo, in that Rumble. And they have continually gotten the better of the champs. Although it's been Mayella doing most of the heavy lifting against the Media Outcasts. They're not going to have her in their corner here on Shockwave at 153, though. I got to get their own hands dirty. Those baby-oiled hands. Looking to smudge up the Women's Tag Team Championship. And when the Media Outcasts won the Women's Tag Team Championship, I'm certain that they did not think this would be their first defense. But as they said just earlier today on social media, they worked too hard to capture the Women's Tag Team Championship here in CMV. It took them 3 tries. They finally got it done. I'm going to be damned if they lose the gold so quickly. Rebecca Starr missing out on the Women's Rumble, but of course we did see the debut of La Chapita Starr. Quite a showing for her. What a show, though, we have, my friends. Still to come, trios action as Anarchy champion Joey Bacon, Brian Dynamic, and Nathan White going to take on the team of Diamante, Mike Magnum Maxwell, and Tobias Jones. How about also our main event, the LGBTKO World Champion Mirabel Duarte, arriving here on Shockwave as she will take on a returning Brina Storey. Big boot from Bo. Not how Rebecca Starr wanted to kick things off here, I'm sure, but a headbutt to where the sun don't shine. Getting a little bit dirty already. Women's Tag Team Championship on the line, and indeed, the Bromances would be the first ever men to hold the Women's Tag Team Championship if they are victorious here in this matchup. Of course, we've had women hold the Men's Tag Team Championship over the years here in CMV, so I say it's only fair. Some great teamwork by the challengers, though. Straight out the gate, now it's Erect Sean going after Rebecca Starr. And a snap elbow drop right across the chest. Not looking too good for the champions. Immediately put in a tough spot. Now look, a half camel clutch, escapes it though. High kick, gets to the midsection, another high kick, and a crucifix driver. Very well done by Rebecca Starr. She's not gonna waste any time going straight to the top rope. Maybe already looking for a shooting star press, but no. Wait for Sexy Rexy to get to his feet, and a drop kick, putting him down hard. First defense for the Media Outcast. Oh, and Rex is just too thick, and he's too slippery with all that baby oil. Now going to roll her up. Imagine if he's able to steal it like this so early on. Look at the glutes are so powerful. He's hovering off the canvas. Amazing stuff here for the Bromancers. Right into the corner. Trying to make the tag a beautiful bow, but Rebecca Starr stops that from having to get spun around. Oh, man. Claws digging into the back of Starr there. Trying to draw some blood. Well, I'll tell you this much. I am curious to see who Adam Valentine tries to find to put on Team Shockwave to go. I'll tell you right now. Look, I'm an open book. The team I'm putting together, ooh, doesn't matter who Adam Valentine finds here on Shockwave. They will not stand a chance. I promise you. At Validation, of course, live from Los Angeles, California. Guys, big question right now. Who will the men's Rumble match winner Schmitty decide to face at Validation? Will it be the global champion, Chris Diamond? Or will it be the CMV champion, Blake Virtue? As Rebecca Starr tries for the pin here. Beautiful bow now. Big over the Bromancers. 2 count. Of course, we had a lot of arrivals at Mob Violence. Debuts, returns. Going to see him throughout the show. How about Alan Wagner? Going to be sticking around here in CMV. We're actually going to hear from him in just a moment after this matchup ahead of his Shockwave debut. Taking on Xander Slate later on. Uh-oh, beautiful bow now in control. And like I said already, Mirabel Duarte. And our main event will be taking on Brina Storey back in action, and definitely focused on getting a little bit of that revenge against Danielle Davis, the woman who put her out of action. Nice sweep there by beautiful bow into a senton. And off the ropes. Hip attack. Ooh. Yeah, there's some people who would pay for beautiful bow to ram his backside up against their head like that. I won't tell you who. I think that tag, SJ Ray hasn't even been tagged in yet. The Bromance have been doing a very good job of isolating Rebecca Starr Now the tag to Sexy Rexy. Star has dropped down to the floor, and now SJ Ray becomes the target. Big punches here. The Bromanchers say they want to make the Women's Tag Team Championship beautiful, but the media outcasts are tainting them with their ugliness. Bromanchers are a couple of gorgeous men. Can you refute? You're lying if you say otherwise. Come on now. Rebecca Starr. Throw Rex head first to the side of the steel ring post. She's got to get in there and make the tag to SJ Ray. Remember the champion's advantage. All right, Bromanchers, they have to either win by pin or submission. That's in the ring to leave here with the Women's Tag Team Championship. They can't do it by countout or disqualification. And look at Rebecca Starr blowing a kiss. Even Rebecca Starr can't deny the gorgeousness of the Bromanchers. Big punches here from Rex. My posture is phenomenal, I'll have you know. It's actually quite atrocious, but I digress. Women's Tag Team Championship on line gets caught. Oh, I think Sexy Rexy was going to try for the 69 right there, but Star countered into a tilt-a-whirl DDT. That was brilliant. And now in the corner, big kick to the side of the head, going to knock him down. And she goes up for the split-legged moonsault into the pin to retain. SJ Ray might not have to get her hands dirty here. Kick out at 1. No such luck for the champs. Make that tag, Rebecca. SJ Ray nice and fresh at this point, but Starr maybe going to handle it all by herself. Again, Rebecca Starr did have the night off at Mount Violence. SJ Ray, she was in the Women's Rumble. Great combo there. Hurricane. Pull Rex to his feet. Back in that corner. Very adamant. There's Rebecca Starr. There's the tag. And finally, SJ Ray comes in as the media outcasts go up to the top. Going to do what they do best. Big old tidal wave. Washing over Sexy Rexy here. And he says, get me out of here. Wants to make that tag. The beautiful bow stopped over the super kick by SJ Ray. Coming out of the corner like a speeding bullet. Tries for a double axe handle. Rex with a big right hook. Woo! Just knocked SJ Ray loopy. Not trying for the pin here. Showing off the strength. I mean, like the Bromanchers probably combined have a good couple 100 pounds on the media outcasts. So, not exactly a shocking revelation to say they enjoy the weight advantage. Oh no! Beautiful bow is looking to go deep. And we almost had history made right there, but Rebecca Starr makes the save. She's going to pay for it, unfortunately. But this is giving SJ Ray a chance to get back to her feet. Oh my God! Rebecca Starr powerbombed out of the ring, but again, Ray is back up now. Going to get Bo in the corner, elbow to the side of the head. Well, that might be Rebecca Starr out of this one. Oh, tag to Chris Benoit's Ghost. I don't think Bo had to go quite so hard there, but it's going to be tough for Starr to get back up from that. SJ Ray might be on her own. But she's looking to make a donation, and a big one to the Breaking X Foundation. Into the pin to retain. 1, 2, but a kick out by the most beautiful boner ass. She says, where do you think you're going, though? He's hurt, and he's going to get put into the corner. Rebecca Starr is back up. That just speaks to her toughness, but Bo with an elbow to the side of the head. And a very cautious approach here by the beauty known as Bo. Makes the tag. Uh-oh. Spread those legs. Sexy Rexy from the top. With a headbutt where the sun don't shine. SJ Ray trying to get out of there. Makes the tag to Rebecca Starr. Can she put the team on her back? Woo! Oh, into a small package. Something that Rex knows nothing about, I'm sure. But a kick out at 2, trying for that cheeky steal. Sets him up perfectly, though. No, he moves out of the way just in time. That might have been instinct right there. And nothing else from Sexy Rexy. And you know what they say. It's not gay if it's in a 3-way. Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. But SJ Ray's back in time to break up the pin. Ray is hurt. So is Starr. The Bromanchers are in firm control here. And now vintage Bo as he could be looking for that slingshot spear. Cuts it down, no! Rebecca Starr knew it was coming. There's those kicks again. Alice Blake, watch your back. Not the only kick connoisseur, evidently. Trying to rally. Ooh, what's this? Sunny side down, perhaps? Rebecca Starr not stopping there, guys. Irish whip in the corner. Beautiful Bo has no idea where he is. A tag to SJ Ray. The media outcast to retain the Women's Tag Team Championship. Off the shoulders of Star, but Sexy Rexy. Lucky he didn't slip on some baby oil there, coming in to make that hot save. Ray keeps on the attack. She knows Bo is hurt, and he most certainly is. He's trying to get the hell out. Ray not going to let it happen. Brilliantly done by SJ Ray. Look at these vicious knees to the side of the head. The media outcast trying to stop history from being made here. Tries for a head kick, ducked it to Bo. He needs to tag the Sexy Rexy like yesterday, though. As he puts SJ in the corner. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going real deep here. Beautiful Bo. Looking for the FU. The FU from the top. But SJ Ray. Bulldog. From the top. What a counter. What a counter. And now Bo is stunned. SJ Ray sends him into the corner. Tag made to Rebecca Starr. Time to go coast to coast. And Starr stopped. Beautiful Bo still kicking. But look at how fast Rebecca Starr is. Too damn fast. Trying to roll him up. Maybe not. Hey, leg kick. Drops like a sack of stone. And Starr not letting him go very far. Right back into the corner. Tag again. The media outcasts are in the zone right now. There's that neck breaker. I love it. I love it. Beautiful Bo does not. He's going to roll out onto the apron to avoid getting pinned, but SJ Ray on him like peanut butter on jelly, baby. Big forearm from Bo. Slingshot spear. He tried for it, but Ray sensed it. Spins around. Big kick gets caught. You, brother. Says, get that shit out of here, cousin. Now an Irish whip into the corner. And a tag to Sexy Rexy. It's not over yet for the Bromancers. Oh, they're going to guillotine her. Just when it looked like the media outcast had it won. The Bromancers fixing to rain on the parade. He's going to break her back. He's going to make her humble. Camel clutch. A very interesting camel clutch variation here. But escapes his SJ Ray pretty quickly. Don't know if any damage would have been done right there. A sit-out face buster. The Women's Tag Team Championship. That's what this one's about. But again, Rex is just too damn big. He's too swole. And the 69. 69. SJ Ray is caught. But Rebecca Starr saving her tag team partner before this one could potentially be done and dusted. Here's the tag of Beautiful Bo. Ray right back in. She ain't running. Gonna greet him with quite the combo. Knee to the face and Bo said, wait a minute, what state am I in again? Another sit-out face buster dished out by Ray there. He's just non-stopping. Can't afford to stop. First ever defense for the Outcasts. A unique one indeed. Bo tries to grab at her, but SJ Ray with a punch and another and a third. Great dodge there by Bo, and what a knee to the side of the head. And every time the media outcasts start to get going, looks like they're going to finish the Bromancers off. They're able to bounce back now. The tag to Rex. The Outcast going to confer for a moment at ringside. Rex saying, come on now, I ain't got all night. And that is true. Oh, a pile driver. Just a little over 11 minutes left on the clock before this one ends in a time limit draw. And of course, if it does, that means that the champions do retain automatically. Ain't no scoring system here. Irish whip to the corner. Missed that knee drop and now going to pay dearly for it. What is this from the champs? They're going to turn Sexy Rexy all inside out. And Star preemptively following E-Rex Sean to the outside. Beautiful Bo keeping watch. Looks like he's going to distract Rebecca, saying, so sorry you missed out on that women's rumble. What a shame. And a big smile on his face. Might just be the most cheeky, the cheekiest of the cheeky. Rebecca Star is not going to take any of that. Remember, E-Rex Sean is the one that's legal here. Gotta get back into the ring. Women's Tag Team Championship on the line. DDT to Bo. Well, thanks for coming, baby Bo. Back in the ring, but Rex takes advantage. Luthez pressing more big right meaty hands there. Into a Dragon Sleeper now being applied. Rebecca, though, with knees to the face. Gonna rock Rex. Backs him into the corner. Bo is still down. This is a great opportunity for the Media Outcast to get the job done. Ooh. Wait a minute. Dial it up. Tiger Fin kick. Knocked loopy. And Star, cheeky as well, blows a kiss before getting back into the ring. Into the corner. Rex got nowhere to go as the tag is made to SJ Ray. I will hydrate. I need it. This has been a great matchup. And Rex makes a last desperate tag to beautiful Bo. SJ Ray looks like she wants a piece. Irish whip attempted, countered. Oh, big four. Damn. Oh, Jesus, Bo. Absolutely relentless. And oh, no. Beautiful boner ass. Looking to go deep again, but SJ Ray denied. The tag rejected. Spins her around, but an elbow. Hope for its reversal fest. Twist of fate into the pin. 1, 2. But that was going to be it, man. That was going to be it, and you know it. SJ Ray going to force E-Rex Sean to retreat. She's not done. Another donation. 1, 2, 3, and still the Women's Tag Team Champions. Woo. A very surprising, I would say, a surprisingly good matchup. But the Media Outcasts rejecting history. Stopping the Bromancers from becoming the first ever male Women's Tag Team Champions. What a match, though. And what a win for the Media Outcasts. Would have been over right here. After that twist of fate, if not for Rex with a final save, but SJ, look at the help from Brina Storey, too. I didn't even notice that the first time. That punch to the back of Bo's head from Brina Storey, and then that second break and neck foundation, and still.
CMV Universe! It's so good to be here. Now, I may not have had the best Rumble performance. Wasn't there for long, but it's still such an honor to be part of such a match of that magnitude. So, does that mean my time in CMV is done with? Just a one-off? A cameo? Hell no! We're just getting started. I would like to personally announce I have signed with CMV and I am the newest member of Shockwave. And tonight, I get my first one-on-one match against a Hall of Famer and former heavyweight champion, Alexander Slate. Whatever the result is, it's an honor to be in the ring with such a talent like Alexander. Is what I would say if Alexander Slate wasn't such a pathetic little worm. So, you don't want my respect? Well, sorry to disappoint, but this quote-unquote joke is gonna take it to you. Give it all he's got. He has my respect, but don't be fooled. Don't mistake respect for weakness. I'm still gonna take Alexander straight to Powerbomb City. Population, you. But in the end of the day, me and him, we're gonna tear the house down. And I'm gonna show I belong here in CMV. And I will make CMV my house. And you will respect that.
Yo, thank you, Batman, for the sub, you beauty, you. But indeed, my friends, coming up next, you just heard from the man himself, who admittedly, and I think he'd be the first one to tell you, didn't have the greatest debut at Mob Violence, right? I think it was official that he lasted about 2 minutes or so in the men's rumble, but Alan Wagner's here to stay. He doesn't make up for that. What a way to do so, as he gets ready to take on Xander Slate here on Shockwave number 153. And, well, Slate, yeah, he wasn't too happy about being put in this matchup against Alan Wagner, who he called an idiot, a nobody. Right, Slate not happy in general these last 2 weeks. Said he slumming it up with the likes of Bernie Rose, and told Adam Valentine about his displeasure. And what did Adam Valentine do about it? Well, he told Xander Slate, if you can defeat that idiot Alan Wagner, then I'll allow you to be on Team Shockwave at Validation. And well, that did not smooth things over. Slate feeling as though he shouldn't have to qualify, being a Hall of Famer. But indeed, he'll have to do just that. Oh, another one. Batman trying to get in my pants tonight. Bless. Well, I can see where Xander Slate's coming from. These are his last couple months here in CMV. The end of this season, he takes off the wrestling boots for good. He and Shay Hoxton walk off into the sunset together. He even said, I wasn't in the Rumble. We were my final Rumble and I missed out? But someone like Alan Wagner was in the Rumble. He lasted 2 minutes. Give me a break. Well, unless Xander Slate wants to miss out on validation too, he's going to have to kick Alan Wagner right upside the head. Wagner, meanwhile, very determined, as we just heard from him a moment ago, for his Shockwave debut here. And like I said, no better way to make up for that lackluster performance in San Antonio than by defeating a Hall of Famer in the very first match on Shockwave. So here we go, Xander Slate, Alan Wagner, one-on-one, and if Slate wins, he will qualify for Team Shockwave. Of course, we know at validation. Oh my God! That's why you don't call Alan Wagner an idiot. Big right hand immediately knocks down the Hall of Famer. Good God, man. As I was saying, though, before I was so rudely interrupted there by Wagner's right hand, validation, Battle of the Branch returns, and it will be Adam Valentine's Team Shockwave against my Team Octane in a series of 3 matchups. The first will be a standard 4-on-4 tag team matchup. The second will be a trios, tables, ladders, and chairs match. And the third will be a trios Hell in a Cell match. There's going to be teams of 10 overall. We might find out who the first member of Team Shockwave will be. Again, if Slate can win this matchup, which is not looking too good for him right now. Maybe Alan Wagner will impress Valentine enough. He'll get a spot on Team Shockwave. A right hook and a drop kick, going to send Slate down to the outside. Yeah, not a good time for Slate thus far. Big elbow across the chest. The 3-time world champion being trounced by Wagner so far in this one. Slowly lifted up, but a quick elbow. Never count out Slate. That's a thing we learned a long time ago, over 11 years here in CMV. The craftiness of the OG Dirty Heel. Big ol' slam into the pin. Slate gonna hand the elbow to Wagner, but a kick out at 1. Wagner's a big dude, but Slate does have a good couple of inches on him. And he's certainly using his power right now to mow Wagner down. Wagner's no rookie fresh out of the academy. This man's a former world champion. Pretty much everywhere he's gone, he's been a champ. Of course, you may have, if you tuned into the E-Crown, you'll recall he was a part of that. That Joey Bacon was also in, of course. Speaking of, still to come, Anarchy champion Joey Bacon, Brian Dynamic, and Nathan White taking on Diamante, Mike Magna Maxwell, and Tobias Jones. And Alan Wagner just completely brushing off that DDT like it wasn't no thing but a chicken wing. Slate was genuinely shocked right there. Dumbfounded, I would even go so far as to say. As he takes back control. All the way up to the top. Might be looking to drop that elbow. Macho Man style. Okay, to the groin area that looked like. And a dirty pin. You don't call me OG Dirty Heel for no reason, but a kick out even still by Alan Wagner. Oh, and immediately the boot to the side of the head. Is Slate going to validation? No, not yet. Wagner keeps in it for now, but that boot did a lot of damage, and you know it too. Stays in control. Samoa drop, vintage Slate. Wagner is hurt as he crawls into the corner. Allowed Slate to get under his skin. Calling him an idiot and a nobody. And now, the Hall of Famer doing what he does best. Off that leg drop, just a 1 count there. Slate looking around, not too happy about it. Oh, man. Trying to, I think, pull off the mask right there. Luckily, Alan Wagner has that thing tightly secured. He's going to take a quick breather before getting back into the ring. Now slam face first on the top turnbuckle. Obviously, we all know. Look, if you're a wrestling fan, you learn day one, a mask is sacred to a luchador. And if Wagner wasn't already pissed, Slate trying to take off his mask mid-match will definitely let a fire up under his ass. Look at this now, sharpshooter from Alan Wagner. But only cinched in for a good couple of seconds before Slate escapes. That's a maneuver he's been caught in many times. Obviously, over the years in his battles with Tim LaFave. What a clothesline that was into the pin. Slate missed out on his last ever Rumble match. He doesn't want to miss out on validation. Quick escape by Wagner to send Slate into the corner. Nice counter though. Domination from Wagner the first few minutes. He's going to do it again. Slate again is trying to take off that mask. Wagner keeps it on. Sent to the corner. Oh, another boot. And trying to take off that mask, distracted Wagner. Now into the pin. 1, 2. But another kick out. The big boot a second time. And Wagner is most certainly putting his toughness on display in this one. Where was this for the Rumble? Oh, big knife edge chop. Counter though. Wagner to catch it. Here comes the power bomb. But with Wagner, it's never just one. Not even only two. But a third. As he now drops into the pin. 1, 2. But a kick out. What a matchup. Wagner was not trying to give Slate any reprieve. Tracks him down in the corner. Elbow waiting. Spins him around. Slate gonna show him how to hit a power bomb. And into the pin. 1, 2. This Wagner appears to be indestructible with Slate. They say the third time's the charm. Goes for a spear. But Slate gets his knee up. Tries a big boot again. Third time's the charm. Welcome to CMV, baby. And Slate gonna punch his ticket to validation. 1, 2, 3. Xander Slate is going to validation. A valiant effort by Alan Wagner in his Oh, but Xander Slate, the win not enough. The disrespect. Xander Slate's had enough of it. And a completely unnecessary post-match stomping. Well, my friends, as Xander Slate qualifies to be on Team Shockwave at Validation, look, I don't want to tell Adam Valentine how to run his show and who to put on his team, but if I were him, woo, my first pick for Team Shockwave would be this man right here, Big Texas. You know, this guy beat John Jones in a fist fight. That's true. He has the longest plank, 2 days this man planked. That's the world record. He won the National Biscuits and Gravy competition 6 times. And he got the part to play Batman. This was years ago. But he gave it to Ben Affleck because he's just that good of a guy. He felt kind of bad. He can drink 408 beers in one sitting. That's more than Chris Andrews, I'll have you know. He once tamed a wild lion on an African safari, took it home and took care of it for 11 years. Before he then sold it to his buddy Mitch. And I was told at a very good price, reasonable price. And a black belt in karate, this man, Big Texas. who of course made his debut in San Antonio, entered the men's rumble. Lasted a pretty good while. Good run, which you would expect from a man like Big Texas. But now he's hoping for a big debut here on Shockwave, and at the expense of this young man here. Pete Jones also entered that men's rumble match at Mob Violence. Maybe didn't have the performance of the night, but I like the tenacity of this kid. Had himself a banger last Shockwave with Calvin Adams. Took the L, but maybe, just maybe, he can finally get a W. I hate to break it to him, not likely going against someone the caliber of Big Texas into the car number tie-up. I just wish that we were fortunate enough for him to play us a tune. I saw him come out here with that guitar. Back into the car number tie-up. Ooh, and they're jocking. They're jocking for control, really feeling each other out. This is interesting. Looks like got one leg. Oh, okay. A pin like I've never seen before from Pete Jones. Only gets a 1 count, though. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, pulls him back. Guys, still to come. Trios action is Anarchy champion Joey Bacon, Brian Dynamic, and Nathan White will take on the team of Diamante, Mike Magna Maxwell, and Tobias Jones. Also, guys, the Shockwave debut of perhaps the most hated man in the world of pro wrestling right now. The RHW International Champion Grimm is here in CMV. He'll take on the CMV champion Blake Virtue. What a way for him to debut. And of course, our main event also still to come. Mirabel Duerte makes her Shockwave debut as the LGBTQ World Champion. Goes one-on-one with the returning Brina Storey. 1 pin. Does not get the job done. Try again. Hey, if at first you do not succeed, Mr. Kid, try again, Mr. Win. 3 times even there. Still doesn't keep Pete Jones down. Oh boy, up against the ropes. Stomp to the gut. Oh, that's old school right there. Fell onto the knees as well. And look at Big Texas, he can fly with the best of them. There's nothing this man can't do. I don't know about the, what do you call those things? The bits of metal on the back of his boots there. I feel like that should be illegal. But I'm not going to be the one to say anything about it. I mean, if Bison's horns should be illegal, certainly those sharp bits of metal sticking out of the back of his boots should be. But again, not my place. Jawbreaker there, going to stagger Pete Jones. And slams him. Face first off the apron, followed up by an elbow across the chest. Ooh, you're looking great, Big Texas. I don't even think he's broken a sweat. I heard that he doesn't even sweat. That's just a rumor, though. That's not confirmed like all the other things we talked about while he was making his way out here. Those are all confirmed factoids. The fact that he doesn't sweat, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him myself a little bit later on. Kick to the gut. Big Texas now with a springboard moonsault quickly attempted. Pete Jones gets out of the way. And Jones wants to taste victory finally here in CMV. Rolled up. Rope break. Good call by the ref there. Oh, kick to the gut. Seems like Big Texas might not have any respect for this young man. Pete Jones, look at the jabs now. Woo! Gonna stamp him. Elbow to the top of the head and down goes Jones. And look at this setup. Couldn't be more perfect. Big Texas with an elbow. Right to the heart of Pete Jones. 1, 2. Kick out. That might be the very first time anyone has ever kicked out of that elbow from Big Texas. And Pete Jones is certainly feeling it. As he escapes out onto the apron, trying to get a breather. Big Texas relentless. DDT off the apron. You know, I heard Big Texas invented Tex-Mex. From the apron now. Moonsault, he lands flat on the floor. Well done by Jones, but can't capitalize on the counter. Here's some elbows to the side of the head. Irish whip, gonna throw him right to the side of the steel steps. Yeah, get dirty, Jones. Do what you gotta do. Looks like Pete Jones not impressed with Big Texas and his many accolades. Gonna take off that top turnbuckle, gonna get dirtier. Big Texas, big right hook though. And now here comes some elbows to the side of the head. This man's the National Gator Wrestling Champion. Big Texas. And while the referee's distracted, fits that top turnbuckle, use those cowboy boots to stomp down Pete Jones. Big overhead. Part owner of the Boot Barn. Springboard frog splash, you love it. Big Texas to the top, could be time to drop another boom, but this time Pete Jones says not so fast. Gonna try for a, I'd say, desperate pin attempt here. Kick out at one by Big Texas. Powerbomb coming in. Hang on. Taking this man all the way to Powerbomb City. Population 1. Dragged by arm, by leg. Pete Jones. Can't let Big Texas get too far now. Boots to the side of the head as Jones goes off the ropes. Giving him a thorough face wash here. Big Texas, he's a crafty son of a gun. His grandma, his meemaw is quoted as saying he is one of the craftiest individuals she has ever known. And that was a very worldly woman, well-traveled. I've met Big Texas's meemaw. What a woman. Snapmare driver from Pete Jones. Another quick pin. Shoots the half. One. Oh, just a one count. And now going to take Big Texas down into a dragon sleeper variation here. Big Texas got to find his way out of it, and he does. A stomp to the back. Trapped in a submission like that, though, for even just a couple of seconds. Another elbow stamp. And that could be a KO. 1, 2. Big Texas starting to get a little bit frustrated here that Pete Jones isn't so easily put down. Lifting him up. Adam Valentine-esque pop-up cutter there, trying to be a bit show-offy for the Shockwave general manager. What's this now? Pete Jones. You know, they tried to recruit him to the NFL to be a punter, and you can see why right there. Big Texas with a debut victory here on Shockwave. Look at the toughness of this kid, Pete Jones. He's already back up, and he's going to offer respect to Big Texas. He don't want none. Big Texas says, take that shit and get lost, kid. Pete Jones with another hell of a matchup, but another loss.
Danielle, I've had months to think about you. I've had months to replay Queen of the Ring in my head. And right before the finals, you jumped me from behind with your identity as secret. You made sure I didn't walk in at 100%. And then when that wasn't enough for you, you attacked me again, put me on the shelf, took months from me. I never got closer. I never got a match. I never got an explanation. Then, this weekend, you eliminated me from the Rumble, and you looked proud. So Danielle, I'm done waiting. If you still have a problem with me, if this obsession of yours is still alive, then come out here and finish what you started.
Well, I got a bit confused there for a second. I was like, wait a minute, it's not the main event already, is it? But I guess Brina Storey couldn't wait even a second longer. Wants her pound of flesh, almost got it there. But Danielle Davis able to make off before, well, maybe having her head ripped off by Brina Storey. From Danielle Davis, straight to her fiancé. Because up next, my friends, it's the CMV champion, Blake Virtue, set to take on Grim. But I just hope that Brina Storey can, focus on her date later on in the main event against Mirabel Duarte. But that's not somebody you can take lightly. Clear Davis wanted to launch a preemptive attack there, but Storey, she's gotten wise now. No more sneak attacks. But our CMV champion, guys, at Mob Violence, despite, as he said himself, a valiant effort from Andrew Briggs, still the CMV champion. Well, now Virtue, guys, is waiting to see whether or not Schmitty is going to choose to face him at Validation. Or will the men's Rumble match winner choose Chris Diamond in the Global Championship? It's still up in the air right now. Meanwhile, Virtue going to be welcoming this man, perhaps the most hated individual in all of the pro wrestling world right now. The RHW International Champion, Grim, who arrived at Mob Violence in the men's Rumble match. He was actually eliminated from that Rumble by Schmitty, who I'm sure will be keeping a close eye on this matchup here. We know he's in the building, the Game Changer. Maybe he might even decide to come out here, watch this matchup up close and personal, perhaps make his decision. But as I mentioned a bit earlier, there's no bigger way that you can make your debut than by potentially defeating the current CMV champion. That's exactly what Grim is looking to do here on Shockwave, number 153. And let's just hope that Blake Virtue's mind isn't potentially on Schmitty and that looming decision, because he's going to need to be fully focused here on this nightmare known as Grim that's now looking to spread his malice to CMV, but Virtue, well, might just be a big Zoe Remy fan. And a super kick for Grim as soon as this matchup gets underway, followed up by that knee drop. It was, no doubt about it, a hell of a match at Mob Violence. And Andrew Briggs proved beyond a shadow of a doubt he can still hang. He nearly had Virtue beat, man, a good few times, and Virtue said it himself. When the dust settled, Virtue still the CMV champion. But now what's next? Is it going to be Schmitty? I don't think Grim was expecting that super kick. It's got him rocked early on, but fires back with a dragon twist cutter. Virtue popping right back up and into the collar and elbow tie-up as now they jock for control. Still to come, trios action as Anarchy champion Joey Bacon, Brian Dynamic, and Nathan White, they're going to be taking on the team of Diamond. Wait a minute, this might be Schmitty. It might be Andrew Briggs. Wait a minute, who the hell? Well, someone's just entered the ring. It's not a pink hoodie, but a hoodie nonetheless. Who the hell is this? A knee party. Somebody catch that well, wait a minute, Grim. Grim is going for the pin. Virtue is able to kick out. Where's security? Valentine, what are you doing here on Shockwave? For crying out loud, somebody stop that hooligan! The hoodie is not pink, and I wouldn't expect it to be Danielle Davis anyhow, obviously. But whomever that person was has now made off after almost costing Virtue this match. I mean, I do have an old timer's eyes. It kind of looked to me like a woman. Or perhaps I'm just a little bit more, I'm not going to say, I digress. I don't think Schmitty is necessarily shaped in quite that way. I'll say that much. But whomever that was, Grim has now managed to completely take over. And the CMV champion is in big trouble. What I'm trying to say is I'm pretty sure that was not Andrew Briggs. That was not Schmitty. But whomever it was may have just handed a colossal win to Grim on a silver platter. Grim's been, by the way, busted open as Virtue tries to fight back, goes for the knee. Caught though, elbow straight to the midsection. Irish whip on the rebound. Maybe it was Brina Storey. I mean, trying to go after Danielle Davis's bow. Doesn't seem like something Storey would do, in my opinion. Well, hopefully the person will be tracked down. I mean, if Adam Valentine even has security here on Shockwave. They went up the ramp. Maybe Danielle Davis can stop them. Well, she's back there somewhere. She hasn't already run for the hills, I guess. Oh, Samoan drop from Grim. Well, the fact that mystery attacker hit Blake Virtue with the knee party, obviously trying to send a message, I would say. Look at Grim now with these stomps. What's he thinking about? Going to the top rope. This does not end well for the CMV champion, guys. Blood all over his forehead. Crossbody. Virtue is in shambles. Going back up. Grim counting down. Gonna put his boot right through Virtue's head. No, the CMV champion. Snapping back to reality. Irish whip. Big knee. Takes him down. Virtue not done. Might just be time to introduce Grim to the knee party. But Grim Well, he's done his homework, I think. He's trying to avoid getting hit with that super knee party. Virtue going to set him up again. Very, very focused. To the top. Double boot stomp. Okay. Into the pin, middle of the ring. Maybe not enough left in the tank to go for the super knee party. Off the ropes. Oh, shut down. And quite violently, if I do say so myself. Knee party rejected into a running power slam. Look, I've been working out. I know I look pretty good, but I promise you that was not me that just attacked Virtue. Elbow to the side of the head as Grim was trying to sneak up on Virtue. Got him in the side headlock. Big punch right between the eyes, and that just busted Virtue open. Look at Grim, never stops running his mouth. Hip to the side of the head. Virtue, well, he knew it was coming that time, though. And the knee party! One last gasp. Can Virtue take the dub? Kicked out by Grim. That may have just been everything Virtue had left. As the RHW International Champion very wisely rolls out onto the apron, trying to get himself a couple of seconds and catch his breath. You're back in the ring now. There's no catching your breath. You're in that ring with Blake Virtue. Doesn't matter his condition. Oh, vintage. That brainbuster onto the knee. And another pin attempt. But a kick out at 2. Blake Virtue really just can't catch a break since becoming CMV champion. First, Andrew Briggs returns and attacks him. Now this, well, masked mystery assailants just drove their knee into his face, and Grim is attempting to feast on the leftover scraps. Leapfrog there. Grabs the hand, hang on. Hammerlock, but an elbow to the side of the head, waiting for Grim there. And it seems as though our CMV champion has found a new target. The left leg of Grim. Double knees to the gut. Why not a second time? This is why he is the CMV champion. Most people in his position probably would have been done and dusted after that attack. Oh no. Package pile driver. Well, as I say that, could be game over for Blake Virtue after that package pile driver on the floor. And back into the ring as blood trickles down his face. Grim, this is what he loves. Look at that smile. You can see a smile. But again, Virtue avoids the hip. And again, he goes for that knee. Grim able to block it that time, though. And another power slam right into the pin. But a kick out at 1. Stopping Virtue from going very far. No, Grim. Grim's trying to break his arm! Wants to make an impact here in his Shockwave debut. I guess beating the CMV champion is not enough. What power! Schoolboy suplex. And yet still Virtue kicks out. He might not have any idea where he is though, guys. He crawls into the corner. That's pure instinct there. And Grim is giving him no reprieve. Knee to the side of the head. So where you think you're going, boy? The dastardly Grim. Gonna try to catch him. Virtue a little too fast there. Off the ropes again. And there's that boot. Connecting this time right across the jaw of Blake Virtue. This is what I like about Grim, though. Does he get upset? Does he complain? No, right back to work, and admittedly, right in front of the ref, with that punch down south. Lenient is our official for this matchup, I guess. Elbows to the midsection. Gonna give Grim a little bit of room to operate. Takes Virtue with the back of the head, sets him up. Scoops him up. But Virtue endures. Well, that's just the story of his entire CMV career. Endurance. Look at this from Virtue! You ain't going too far, my friend. Forearm smashed to the outside. And throws Grim back into the ring. Whoever wants to pick a fight with Blake Virtue, I certainly hope that they are truly ready for it. Because the CMV champion definitely is vintage Meteora. And a knee to the gut, night that chop. He's just giving Grim everything and then some, baby. Irish whips him into the corner. Maybe this time. Maybe this time. As Virtue goes to the very top. And you know what it is. Nobody has kicked out of this. The Super Knee Party. Uno, dos, tres. Blake Virtue picks up the win. Defiant doesn't even begin to cover it. Well, here you see the attack from the mystery assailant mid-match. Making off the background there as Grim attempted to capitalize. What a matchup this still turned out to be despite the intrusion. That Super Knee Party, man. It is to be feared. Well, now the question is, as Virtue wipes the blood from his forehead, who the hell was that attacked him during this match? A new op has joined the fray. This is what it means to be CMV champion. Everybody gunning for you. I thought Grim surely had it in the bag right there. But here's the Super Knee Party. Does it again. And coming up next, my friends, we're set for some tag team action, but, well, things are already devolving here. It's the Regulators taking on the Unified World Tag Team Champions. representing the Second Estate, the Charm City Kings, and already Emmett Jones and Aaron Stone arguing with one another. Who's going to start the match? And now look at this. Emmett Jones just tagged himself in. Stone has finally had enough. The supposed new leader of the Regulators, Emmett Jones, is being abandoned, and this has just become a handicap match now, my friends. Emmett Jones left all by himself against Michael Carter and Brandon Ace now, as that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Emmett has been insufferable, to put it as lightly as I can, over these last few weeks, ever since, well, assuming control of the Regulators, forcing Aaron Stone to still remain a member of the Regulators contractually after Emmett Jones defeated him at Attack in Australia. But everybody has their limit, and I think Aaron Stone just reached his. Be he in breach of his contract or not. Well, the Second Estate is certainly looking to take advantage. Brandon Ace with a super kick as he puts Emmett into the corner, and here's the tag now to Michael Carter, who nearly flattened Emmett's sister Amelia last Shockwave in that trios matchup while Emmett watched and didn't lift a finger to try to help whatsoever. God, here we go to ringside now. You can't really feel too bad for Emmett Jones. Nearly the Iron Man of the men's Rumble match at Mob Violence, but of course Joey Bacon ended up beating him. I think lasted over 26 minutes to the Anarchy champion. Emmett was right behind him. God! Back of his head just smashed right off the steel barricade, and now pulled into a power slam. Count of 7. Perhaps Emmett gonna, I think, wise choice would be to take the count out L. But credit where it's due. Does not back down. Emmett gets into the ring, and that may have been a mistake that could cost him his life here. Golly, man, Michael Carter is a beast in and of himself. Kick out at 1, though. Knife edge chop just bothers Michael Carter. It's an annoyance. That's all. And Emmett now going to get dragged over to the ropes. Doesn't want to be going anywhere with Michael Carter. What a clothesline! Emmett Jones looking to still have his gosh darn head after that. And yeeted overhead with that belly to belly. I mean, guys, the Second Estate, I don't even have to say it anymore. It's the obvious. They have been ruling Shockwave. Cam Harris and the boys, Michael Carter and Brandon Ace. Brandon Ace busted open, by the way. I didn't even notice that. Emmett must have gotten one good shot of it at least. But look at Cam Harris. Final 2 of the men's Rumble at Mob Violence came down to he and Schmitty. And, well, Schmitty was the better man on that occasion. Unified World Tag Team Champions, doing what they have been doing best ever since shorting up with Cam Harris, and that's just ripping, tearing, demolishing. Tag to Brandon Ace now. That cutter out of the wheelbarrow setup. And into the pin. Emmett, if he's smart, I don't know him to be the most brilliant man on the Shockwave roster. Yeah, kicks out. I would have said, stay down. But his pride won't allow him to do so. It's a pride thing with him, isn't it? Aaron Stone left him high and dry. But Emmett's the leader of the Regulators. He must stand firm. Oh, he's paying for it. Right back into the ring, too. They don't want him going anywhere. The former Intercontinental Champion coming out of that corner. Tornado kick. I don't know how Emmett Jones still has his head attached to his shoulders at this point. The amount of times he's been clotheslined and kicked in the head. Springboard force smash, but okay, Emmett, not completely out of this one. He's going to desperately try to steal the one with a small package and doesn't even get a 1 count. snap, elbow drop, misses. Brandon Ace goes to the knee. There's the Superman punch. A fireball. But a kick out at 2 by Ace. Emmett gonna pull him into his feet. He's gonna go right for the Jones family staple. That DDT. Cliffhanger DDT into the pin. A little delay from the ref there allowed Michael Carter plenty of time to get into the ring and break up that pin. A sliver of hope here for Emmett Jones. He's got to stay on top of Brandon Ace here. That's exactly what he's doing. Like I've been saying, people got to put some respect on the name of Emmett Jones. He beat Aaron Stone not once, twice, as a matter of fact. He is the leader of the Regulators. Maybe not the greatest leader of all time. Maybe not the lead by example type necessarily, but a leader nonetheless. Maybe absolutely everybody in the Regulators want nothing to do with him, pretty much. Even his own siblings tagged to Michael Carter. Certainly Aaron Stone, as we saw at the start of this matchup. Oh, God. Well, any hope Emmett might have had has just been dashed thoroughly. Snake Eyes knocks him down in the corner and yeeted into the pit again. I tell Emmett, just stay down. But the former farmer boy, you don't know what's good for him. Carter saying, don't go too far now. Irish whip into that corner. They're trying to make a tag to Brandon Ace. Emmett, I would have allowed the tag to be made. I'd rather be in that ring with Brandon Ace than Michael Carter, right? Gonna be honest here. Oh, back into the ring and met instantly with a Dominator. Thank you. Thank you very much. 1, 2, kick out. Can't speak ill the tenacity of Emmett Jones, but again, the wits is where he might be lacking. He's going to spin around, big man. Another clothesline that would take the head off of anybody else. Big fucking toss. He was about to launch Emmett Jones into orbit, and Emmett knew it too. Tries to go low, another clothesline. Gonna have ourselves, what do they call it, an internal decapitation, where your spine detaches. Emmett trying to apologize. I don't think that's gonna work. Spine buster. And again tries for the pin. And again Emmett Jones kicks out. Maybe he just likes a beating. Well, the Charm City Kings are putting belt to ass. Oh my God, this is what he did to Amelia Jones last Shockwave. Emmett's turn. 1, 2. Oh, Emmett showing a smidge more resiliency than his sister, but I don't think it's going to do him too much good in the long run. 24 Kennedy blocked. Emmett blocked the 24 Tarrant knee. I'm going to stop talking shit. Emmett Jones might actually pull this off. On the rocks. On the rocks. As Emmett, desperate, hooks the leg, but Michael Carter, it's a handicap match. No Aaron Stone. Who have potentially helped out there. Brandon Ace going to roll to the outside. Emmett going up to the top. You'd think he would look around and say, damn, I'm the leader of the Regulators, but where are the Regulators? They ain't out here with me. Maybe a moment of realization, but I guess not for Emmett. As he throws Brandon Ace back into the ring. Stomped in the ankle, going to keep him down as Emmett tries to take just a second. Straight check and DDT. Followed up by a big old hammer fist to the chest. Nothing pretty about that. And elbow to the middle of the back, too. Emmett is taking control in this handicap match. But again, dashed is that momentary hope. And the tag to bring Michael Carter back in too. Put that boy to blender. Woo. 1, 2, 3, and that finally is too much for Emmett Jones to handle. The second estate picks up the win. You gotta show a bit of respect to Emmett though for lasting as long as he did. But I'm just gonna say, now I hope he doesn't hear this, maybe if he wasn't such a prick, Aaron Stone wouldn't have walked out on him. Maybe the result would have been different. That's not the world we live in, unfortunately, for Emmett Jones, though. Right here's where I thought Emmett Jones might actually win. A cliffhanger DDT. But yeah, Michael Carter was just fun to watch in this match. Not fun for Emmett. Fun for me, though. Fun for everybody else. Not for Emmett. The second estate staying up. Well, coming up next, it's quite fitting, guys, that our tertiary main event will be some trios action. The Anarchy Champion, Joey Bacon. And I should say, still, the Anarchy Champion, Joey Bacon. Because, of course, last Shockwave, despite a hell of an attempt from Mike Magnum Maxwell, indeed, Joey Bacon able to retain the Anarchy Championship, and it looks like he did not make a snack of the side plates. That's nice for a change. I guess catering was enough for Big Ham here on Shockwave number 153. But of course, Bacon didn't necessarily have the nicest of celebrations after defeating Mike Magnum Maxwell, because with the help of Diamante and Tobias Jones, the three of them able to put Bacon down and hard. I thought they were going to collapse the damn ring. It's definitely interesting, though, to see Diamante, Mike Magnum Maxwell, and Tobias Jones playing a bit of tug-of-war with Joey Bacon's Anarchy Championship. They might be partners in this trios matchup here, but obviously the three of them, they all want that Anarchy Championship for themselves. And maybe, just maybe, this man wants to get involved in the Anarchy Championship picture. Oh, let's count them off. Come on, cameraman, get in there. Get in there nice and close. Oh, yes. Come on now. Woo! Perfection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count them. You can cut cheese on those abs right there. You can sharpen your knives. Bryan Dynamic. A genetic masterpiece. That's what he is. He had a great run in the men's rumble at Mob Violence. I don't know for sure. I would wager, though, that he's probably the third longest lasting behind Emmett Jones. Then, of course, Joey Bacon, who was the Iron Man of the men's rumble. Again, over 26 minutes. Made it all the way to the final 3. Dynamic got himself a handful of eliminations, too. You expect nothing less from Bryan Dynamic, though. Just look at the guy. Still to come up next, guys, in our co-main event, the Undisputed Elite. Going to be in some tag team action. And our main event, the LGBTKO World Champion, Mirabel Duarte, her Shockwave debut. And she takes on Brina Storey, who's already had an eventful night. Of course, last Shockwave we saw Bryan Dynamic and this man about to come out here in a moment, Nathan White. They teamed up against Diamante Tobias Jones. Losing effort. But myself, and I think everyone, loved what they saw from Nathan White and Bryan Dynamic. These two make quite a pair. And they seem to become friendly with one another, which is pretty shocking. And Nathan White's ego just about fills up the entire arena. Well, they are no strangers to Diamante and Tobias Jones. More than happy to help out Joey Bacon, even the odds, in this trios matchup, even though Bacon might not need the help, to be honest with you. Well, as I said before, Diamante, Mike, Magna, Maxwell, Tobias Jones, they might be on the same side in this trios matchup here, but it's obvious that they all want that Anarchy Championship. And unfortunately, they can't hold it together. Only one man. Well, at least hasn't been done yet. Diamante, Mike, Magna, Maxwell, and Tobias Jones, they have one thing in common. They have all felt the wrath of Joey Bacon. Now, Diamante a couple weeks ago, nearly, literally flattened by Bacon when they met one-on-one. Diamante said himself looking to be alive. But if it means getting a crack at that Anarchy Championship, you bet your ass Diamante going to walk right back in to the Lion's Den. Bacon's not indestructible. Diamante, Maxwell, and Jones working together last Shockwave, and they realized that. This is a man, Diamante, who I definitely do believe is destined to be a champion here in CMV, and soon, I would even say. I don't know if picking a fight with Joey Bacon is the route I would personally go. Bacon even eliminated. I don't know. It was actually Mike Magna Maxwell who eliminated Diamante from the men's Rumble matchup. So again, partners in this match, but obviously when it comes to championship gold, as we like to say, friendship goes out the window. Can these three really trust each other? Oh, Mike Magna Maxwell came damn close. And a few times last Shockwave. I thought he was going to do it. I really did. By the skin of his teeth. Maxwell is not going to so easily give up on trying to become Anarchy Champion. I can respect that. I'm sure he's still feeling the effects of that match last Shockwave. You might have to let Diamante and Tobias Jones do most of the heavy lifting in this one. And it's definitely going to be heavy lifting. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. Well, one of my co-commentators here just dropped a nuclear bomb. Ralph, is that you, brother? My word. Might have been Joey Bacon. What did they have in catering? And last but most certainly not least, and we just saw his brother Emmett squashed by a giant. It's Tobias's turn. They like to do things together, the Jones boys. Oh, the Jones family has been trying to take that Anarchy Championship from Joey Bacon for months at this point, and coming up short again and again. But Tobias Jones is determined to be the one to take that Anarchy Championship from the greasy hands of Big Ham. We are just a few weeks away, my friends, from Validation Live from Los Angeles, California. We now know, of course, Morgan has been chosen by General Manager Adam Valentine to be the team captain for Team Shockwave. And we also know that Xander Slate will be on Team Shockwave, beating Alan Wagner to qualify earlier. I won't reveal my hand just yet, but suffice to say, look, good pick in Morgan. I'm not going to hate. Well, help you. So here we go, our tertiary main event trios match. Joey Bacon will get things started for his team against Diamante. And again, pick it up where they left off just a couple of weeks ago. Diamante was lucky to make it out with just a couple of bruised ribs. Bacon might be looking to crack them, but nearly over. Wait a minute! This is the kryptonite of Joey Bacon. Just ask Chris Robinson. Oh, and a kick out. And a cheap shot for the bias. But Bacon, that just pissed him off. Grab Diamante by his ponytail. Slam him face first on the top turnbuckle. Quick little sneaky elbow there, though. Oh, throws him into the ref. And Joey Bacon might be looking to rip out those ribs. Have himself a little mid-match snack. Diamante, meanwhile, could be about to momentarily curl up whatever he may have had from catering earlier. What a airplane spin. I'm going to drop him hard onto the canvas. Quick, though, to make a tag to Mike Magnum Maxwell. Who gets rolled up? Maxwell. Will he be punked out? Oh, but he counters. And again, maybe no. No luck, unfortunately, for Mike Magnum Maxwell there. And this is what you got to do, I think, when you're in that room with Joey Bacon. If you're going to be in the room with Joey Bacon, if you're insane enough, got to ground him. Start to come apart. That's what Maxwell's doing here. Learn from your mistakes, last Shockwave, Maxwell. Very good job. Bacon, though, escapes to the outside. Getting lit up with these kicks, but Bacon, it's like he's being annoyed by a gnat. Just swats him away. Tobias keeping a watch from the apron there. Look, Joey Bacon has been unpinned in CMV for 7 months plus. And he was pinned by Chris Robinson in the E-Crown tournament, but Many would say that was a fluke, and I would tend to agree. Count of 7, Bacon gets back into the ring. Of course, Maxwell has to count to 20 here. And he's going to take it. He's not in any sort of rush. 10 now, Maxwell. Bacon, though, gets a bit impatient. Uh-oh, Tobias going to try to run some interference. He gets swatted down. And a big old belly to the face by the Anarchy champion. How long it took Joey Bacon to finally become a champion here in CMV. I don't know when he very first debuted. I would wager probably around, if I had to guess, maybe 2017-ish. And only just this season won the Anarchy Championship. Of course, this is his second reign as Anarchy Champion. And he is not looking to let the title go again so quickly. Throw Maxwell back into the ring. Uh-oh! It's going to be an earthquake! Now, Brian Dynamic and Nathan White might not have to do a single thing. Oh, but misses, luckily for Maxwell. It might have been a stain on the canvas if that connected. Whatever he tried there, though, doesn't do him very much good. Oh, wet willy time. I would love to be Nathan White or Brian Dynamic here. Don't got to get their hands dirty at all. They just get to chill out, watch Joey Bacon dismantle these 3 men single-handedly. Gonna treat him like some pizza dough. And into the pin. Maybe able to knock him off, but a kick out at 2.5. Maxwell needs to make a tag right now. Bacon does not, and I don't think he intends to even. It doesn't look like. Oh, maybe I'm going to be wrong. Here's a tag to Brian Dynamic. Here's a one-on-one matchup I would love to see, by the way. Oh, no. Dynamic! Going to travel down south. And a kick to the gut just for the cherry on top. That's a very obvious rope break right there. Well, luckily, Max was able to kick out. I don't know if his foot could have been more under the bottom rope than it just was. Oh, no! Tobias Jones! A little bit of a helping hand. But Maxwell can't capitalize. He needs that tag. Oh, they just tagged Joey Bacon back there. It's like, you know what? I would do the exact same thing. I will hold it against him. You got this, big dog. And a snake eyes. Mike Maxwell needs to get out of there. Oh, this is the last place he wants to be. Bacon taking a step back. And he's telling him exactly where Mike Maxwell can plant his lips. 600 pounds. They got tagged. Yes. No. No. The last second. Bacon shuts it down. God. Well, at least Maxwell has the wherewithal to roll out of the ring. Tobias Jones now getting yeeted into the ring. And Nathan White not going to allow Maxwell to rest here at ringside. Throws him back in the ring while Bacon squashes Tobias Jones. Jesus, man. Maxwell pulled to his feet. Here's some elbows, though. Not dead yet. Mike Maxwell, we saw his resiliency last Shockwave. Look. It was no easy task for Joey Bacon. This is a kid that does not quit. Great combo. I don't know if it's having much of an effect, though. Kick to the face. Bacon's still not down. Look at this. Maxwell's throwing everything at him. Kick to the gut. Got him down. There you go. Maxwell with a Hurricane Rana. Face first. Bacon says, wait a minute. Man's just got rocked hard. Slipped out of an banana peel at ringside. Some of that leftover baby oil on the floor from the Bromancers match. Bacon now just staring down at Maxwell. Almost like Bacon's perplexed by Maxwell. Doesn't know what to make of him. Getting thrown around, though. Like, ain't no thing but a chick. Now look at this. Nathan White and Brian Dynamic, a pack of hyenas. While Bacon tells Diamante Tobias Jones to kiss his rather large exterior. Dynamics just beating the hell out of Maxwell over here. Now look, Diamante pulled into the ring. Tobias wants none of it. What is going on over there, though? Nathan White, now come on, ref. This is ridiculous. And what's happening here? Oh, no! Diamante! Tobias, you could help. You could try to help. Baconator to Diamante. Well, Nathan White does a number on Maxwell at ringside. Now it's Tobias' turn. I mean, Maxwell's just been served up, right? Dinner is served. Or it looks like Bacon's going to allow Brian Dynamic to eat a little bit. He's going to get some scraps left over on the table. What a nice guy. See, Bacon can share. I mean, guys, this is unbelievable. TKO! Yeah, this is over. Right? This has got to be over. 1, 2. It is not. That wasn't even Diamante. He was a little bit late there. Diamante, though, did try to help. Maxwell needs to make a tag. This is not going to last much longer. Look. Let's not even say anything about Maxwell. It's just factual. I don't know how the hell he kicked out of that TKO right there. There we go, Dragon Screw! Make the tag, Mike. Mike, look at his chest. I don't think he has ribs anymore. I think his ribs are non-existent. People look at that surgery to have their ribs removed. Chuck and Dynamic out of the corner. This is a man determined. Oh, there we go. Make the tag. I'd say Tobias Jones has not been tagged in yet, but makes the tag to Diamante. Well, a tag in general is very good. Because here comes Diamante. I wouldn't say he's in necessarily much better shape after getting flat with that bacon in it, though, a few minutes ago. But better than Maxwell at this point. Could say that confidently. Now, there's the tag to Tobias now. Okay, there's still some hope because Tobias is nice and fresh. An elbow to the upper back of Dynamic. They just have to keep Dynamic in the ring, and they have a chance. Don't allow him to make the tag to Joey Bacon. Oh, he almost had it one right there to Tobias. I like how he hooked the back of Dynamic's head. That was very cool. That was very epic. Almost won the freaking match. Tobias got to put the team on his back here, and I think he knows it. Forearm smash, gonna down him in the corner. Look at this man go. Oh, but a big kick. You don't play around with B-dubs, baby. Oh, and now, wait. No. Oh, Nathan White gets tagged in finally. He gets to have a little bit of fun. Left out of the group activities. Oh, but look at Bacon. Well, Nathan White takes a cheap shot at both Diamante and Maxwell. Bacon gonna throw Tobias Jones back into the ring like a sacrificial lamb. Perfect setup. Wait, but Maxwell just whispered something in Nathan White's ear that distracted him, and Tobias gonna capitalize on the rocks. Holton encountered. Maxwell said, "I don't fuck with your sideburns." That really messed Nathan White up there for a second or two. And now, thank you for coming, Nathan. Real great contribution there. To tag to Joey Bacon. Exactly what I said, don't allow to happen. Bacon just going to go for the pin. Gonna show a little bit of mercy. Almost has it. Make that tag to Diamante. I would not make a tag to Maxwell at this point. This has virtually become a 3-on-2 handicap match. I just don't think Maxwell has anything left. Well, Nathan White gets tagged in. Nathan White and Diamante that are legal. Big back elbow. Wait a minute, Tobias is still in the ring, though. Get this team disqualified here. Diamante. Up onto the shoulders. A bow tie backbreaker. And now he goes to time. Could be time for a lowdown to the white boy. But Joey Bacon doesn't even give it a 1 count. And that slight distraction there allows White to get back to his feet. Got sandwiched by Maxwell and Jones. I don't know what the game plan was there. Better positioning in the corner of his team, running power slam. There's elbow to the back of the head. Diamante got to lock in. Thinking about making the tag. Yeah, tags into Tobias. I think Maxwell realizes too he's not going to be of much help, so he's not getting too upset that he's being left out of these tags. Tobias trying to rally. From Brett's rope with a Hurricane Rana. They're making a comeback. Look, it's no shade to Nathan One at Brian Dynamic. But Joey Bacon, he was the reason they were doing so well. If they want to win this match, I think they can probably tag Bacon back in. Vice versa. If Tobias could just keep Nathan White in the ring, they might have a chance. And there's the tag. I shouldn't have said something. Here comes the Anarchy champion. And that might have just gone right down the drain. Dragged into the corner. Oh no, 600 pounds plus. Say goodbye to your ribs, Tobias Jones. From the top rope. And tags in Brian Dynamic could probably have the match won here. And Dynamic just go for the pin. Okay, Dynamic. Checking out the view from ringside for a moment. Oh, and now pressing his boot on the injured ribs. Oh, come on. Tobias could be dealing with multiple broken ribs. Diamante! Oh, that didn't do much good. Wait a minute. Long road home attempted. Where's Tobias going? Out of the apron. Thanks, Diamante. Oh, got him with the pop. Into the pin, scrambles, desperation. Maybe it pays off. Maybe. Kick out at 2.5. Slowly brings Dynamic to his feet. Kicks to the midsection. Slowly brings him up into a powerbomb position. Sit out powerbomb. Stay on him, Tobias. Stay on him. Oh, make the tag to Maxwell maybe. Decides against it. Probably smart. And again, very slow. Very unlike Tobias Jones for things to be so slow, but that's the fact of the matter right now. Got nothing left. But this one ain't over. Blue Thunder Bomb! But Nathan White at 1.5 breaks up the pin. Tobias doesn't even give him a glance. Stays right on that attack. Nice kick. Can Dynamic make it out of there? Tobias goes to the top. Can he stop him? Dynamic makes it. Tag to Joey Bacon. And Bacon, no! That sickening slam! Maxwell and Diamante. The whole Shockwave roster come on out to stop Joey Bacon. Pays for it, does Maxwell. Dynamic going to take care of Maxwell now as Bacon refocuses on Tobias Jones, a little man for his team. Referee's about to throw this one out in a second. Things are devolving very quickly. Tobias! Cliffhanger DDT! 600 pounds! Pin him, Tobias! What are you doing? Tobias makes the tag to Diamante instead. See, Diamante can pin him. Diamante says, get the fuck out of the way! But Dynamic given time to get in and break up the pin now. Gotta work together. He's too big, Diamante. What are you thinking? Come on now. That was just foolish. And the foolishness gonna lead to a little bit of, oh God, a lot of, actually I should say, ass to face there, salt in the wound. Joey Bacon, Irish Whip right back in the corner. Again. Oh, come on now. Bacon's just having fun. Well, at least we didn't get the zoom in that time. Thank you, cameraman. But Diamante might just be having the worst night of his life right now. Into the pin. So late into the match, too. And, oh, kick out. The mustard gas did not put Diamante out. Make that tag to Tobias Jones. Bacon, it looks like, is going to allow the tag to be made. Telling Tobias, come kiss his ass. No, thank you. Power slam, though. Diamante not allowed to leave of his own volition. Bacon sends him flying. As Tobias gets sent into the corner now. Tag to Brian Dynamic. Oh boy, again from off the top. Headbutt. Where the sun don't shine. What's happening here now? We got bodies everywhere. Looks like Bacon's going for Diamante. Referee doesn't know what to make of this. Where's Joey Bacon? Is not legal anymore. Brian Dynamic tells Bacon, fuck off. I'm legal now. Throws Tobias into the side of the steel steps. Grabs him by the back of the count of 6. And until 20 to get back into the ring. Dynamic not gonna risk it. Maxwell trying to sacrifice himself for a distraction. And this does give Tobias the time he needs to get back to his feet. Selfless Maxwell there. Back in the ring at last. Tobias gonna run him down with a knee to the jaw. Jet stream. Followed up by a quick moonsault into the pin. Into the pin, Tobias. Might have been able to take it there, but Joey Bacon with the save. Tobias goes on the apron. Dynamic escapes quick. Back into the ring. Jones forced to rethink his strategy. Maxwell is still down the outside. I don't know, he might ever get back up. Right in front of Diamante here. Oh, God, guillotines him. But Tobias, great awareness, Dynamic saying, you know better, you better stay out there. Tobias does not know any better. Now a cheap shot from Joey Bacon, like he really needed it. What is this, ankle lock? Dynamic with ankle, oh no! The scissors as well. Middle of the ring, Tobias got nowhere to go. He's got to break out of this if he has a chance. And he does. Oh, but Tobias, the high flyer, that might have taken away most of his arsenal right there. Flying forearm smash from Dynamic. What a trios matchup. We've only got a little over 5 minutes left in the time. Entitlement, though, where this one ends in a draw. Well, might not have to worry about that. Joey Bacon tagged back in. God, trying to take his arm off. But Tobias, reverse DDT. And now he's got Bacon down. Take a shot at his arm. Diamante, Mike Madden at Maxwell, and Tobias Jones lasting this long. This goes to show working together pays off. Look now. Diamante throwing off the top like a heat-seeking missile. He's able to dodge Dynamic's cheap shot attempt there as he looks to come out of the corner with a cutter to Bacon. Hooks that tree trunk of a leg, but Dynamic. That's 0.999. Gonna make that save. Diamante makes his rival pay for it. With a European uppercut to the back of that. That's him taken care of. Focus now again on Joey Bacon. Diamante, why? Why? No! Bacon gonna try to steal it. The greasy Bacon. Diamante! No, counters again! Oh, that kick out. Oh, and a clothesline did nothing. Did nothing. Did nothing. Clothesline to the man tit. Did nothing. Dynamic sent Packer to the outside, but Bacon now takes advantage. Oh no, Samoan driver. And that might be the end of this one, my friends. As Diamante is dragged lifelessly out of the corner. Baconator. One. Tobias with a kick Didn't even seem to hurt Joey Bacon, but it breaks up the pin. Oh, it's really gonna matter. Tag to Nathan White. And he might just be able to come in, just try pinning him again. But Nathan White. Oh, the super kick! Dynamic USOB. What a help that was. Nathan White gonna have to write a thank you note. Up on the shoulders. Samoan drop. You just have 2.5 minutes left before this one goes to a time limit draw. Nathan White looking to make sure that does not happen. 1, 2, 3, and Nathan White takes it for his team here tonight. With just a little over 2 minutes left on the clock. Nathan White did nothing in that match. And he gets the pin. I think he hit a total of maybe 3 moves in this match, Nathan White. What a legend. I mean, obviously 90% of the work was done by Joey Bacon. Dynamic creeped in for a good, like 9% of the help. And then Nathan White with the 1%. Just coming in to make the pin. I'm a little bit worried about Maxwell, though. He was out of commission for the majority of this match. It was really, like I said, a handicap match. Diamante and Tobias Jones on their own. I loved this. Diamante and Maxwell rushing in to save the day. How about this? Cliffhanger DDT. Well, even with their combined might here on Shockwave number 153, 'twas not enough. That's an unfortunate replay right there. Diamante in a face full of crotch. Well, it would have been over right here if not for Tobias Jones making the save. But then just a couple minutes later, with that Phoenix Splash, Nathan White victorious. You think Joey Bacon might let them get something from catering? And right into our co-main event we go, my friends, here on Shockwave number 153. Before we cap things off with the debut of Mirabel Duarte taking on the returning Brina Storey. Bit of tag action as the Trios champions, the Undisputed Elite, will be taking on a team of Chloe Marks and Ashley Rain. And a couple of weeks ago that we saw the team of Super Team Chloe Marks put together herself, Jay Devon and Ashley Rain, challenging the Undisputed Elite for the Trios Championship. Banger and a half that matchup was. But the Undisputed Elite were able to retain. Last Shockwave, though, guys, we saw Ashley Rain able to pop back by picking up a win over Ruby Rebel one-on-one. So now perhaps Marks, with the help of the Hall of Famers, looking to earn themselves another Trios Championship opportunity. if they can win this tag match here in our co-main event. When Marks goes to war, she brings the big guns, calling on 2 Hall of Famers to back her up against the Undisputed Elite. And we're finally starting to see a crack in the foundation, right? Ring picking up that win against Rebel last Shockwave. That's big. That's the first loss the Undisputed Elite have taken outside of the 6-pack challenge. Suplexes in at Attack in Australia in a minute. And there is Jade Divine to be in the corner of Chloe Marks for this tag team matchup. Keeping an eye on, well, we don't know what 2 members of the Undisputed Elite are actually going to compete in this matchup. Keeping an eye on whoever the third will be over there at ringside. And I think absolutely all of us were devastated when Ashley Rain did not win her 2nd Rumble match at Mob Violence. Great run, though. The Hall of Famer, who's done just about all there is to do, right? One of the very few things not on her list of accolades, that's the Trios Championship. Rain obviously wants to change that with the help of Marks and fellow Hall of Famer Divine. So here we go, Undisputed Elite taking on Chloe Marks and Ashley Rain. It's going to be Tori Doyle and Ruby Rebel for the Undisputed Elite. It will be Tori Doyle and Chloe Marks getting things started. So Suplex and Jade Divine at ringside as Tori immediately comes out of the corner with a cutter. Not a good start for Chloe. Lead up next, our mid-event, Mirabel Duarte, the LGBTKO World Champion, makes her Shockwave debut against the returning Brina Storey guys. And Daniel Davis, I believe, has evacuated the arena after almost having her head taken off by Brina Storey earlier. So at least Storey won't have to worry about looking over her shoulder about Davis potentially launching another sneak attack. And obviously the time will come. The bells are tolling for our Queen of the Ring, Danielle Davis. Brina Storey wants her pound of flesh. Off the ropes on the rebound. Shoulder checker there. Marks grabs Doyle by the hair. Oh, we've seen Marks get into this zone before. It's just almost turns animalistic in a way. Trying to rip out Tori Doyle's hair, puts a stop to it prematurely with that spinning soul kick. Guys, validation is already shaping up to be an all-timer. Of course, we have the return of the Battle of the Brands. Again, I'm going to apologize early. It's not going to be pretty. Like, Team Octane's going to trounce Team Shockwave. Factoid there for you. But we know that Ruby Raquel, the Women's Rumble match winner, will be challenging Alice Blake for the Women's World Championship. And also Schmitty, the Men's Rumble match winner. Who will he choose to face? Will it be Global Champion Chris Diamond? Or will it be the CMV Champion Blake Virtue as the Undisputed Elite do what they do best? Suplex, by the way, taking off that top turnbuckle cover over there. The ref has not seen it yet. Springboard coffin drop and a big punch now. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like Suplex and Jade Divine might be about to get into it at ringside. This is why Divine's out here to be the equalizer. They're gonna throw down, but the ref is not gonna let it happen. Suplex has been ejected from ringside, but hang on, Hall of Famer. You get no special privilege. Divine is out of here too. Suplex and Jay Divine sent to the back. As this one will now continue uninterrupted. And immediately tries for a spear as Marks. Only to be caught by Rebel though. And repeated kicks to the face. Oh, ref has found the exposed turnbuckle now. All the while, Rebel looking to come out of the corner. Red hot with an elbow to the back of the head. Marks must have eyes in the back of her head. Knew that one was coming. Luthez pressing big right hands. Good performance by Marks in the Women's Rumble match at Mob Violence. She always has good runs in the Rumble. Never wins them. Here's a tag to a former Rumble match winner, though. The Hall of Famer Ashley Rain, who knocked off Rebel one-on-one last Shockwave. Looks to do it again here. Grabbing at that hair. It ain't pretty, but it sure is effective. 3-time Women's World Champion. And we are just blessed every single day that she chose not to retire at the end of last year. I say a prayer every night before bed, thanking Ashley Rain, my heart, my soul, for giving us more time to witness her brilliance. And a big drop kick off the top. Not gonna let Rebel go anywhere. Knife edge chops. Followed up by a swinging neck break. Make the tag to Chloe Marks, for the tag is also in at the same time to Tori Doyle. Marks. Been embroiled in this rivalry with the Undisputed Elite the last month or so. Learned that she needed a little bit of backup. Repeatedly jumped by the Undisputed Elite. Used that numbers advantage there expertly. That's why they are successful as they are. Can't hate on it. But Marks got wise. And like I said earlier, I don't know if there's much better backup you can call on than 2 Hall of Famers to watch your 6. Tries for a pin there after an ugly back and forth. Spins Marks around. Oh, forearm to the upper back. Taking control of the Undisputed Elite here in our co-main event. Tornado kick. Got to get out of there. And the tag to Ashley Rain. Grabs that hair. Ooh. And Tori Doyle might have been trying to set up for that stunner of hers. Go for the hair again. If all else fails, just yank on the hair. Take it from a Hall of Famer. Irish whip into that corner. Tori Doyle going to make the tag to Ruby Rebel. Suplex and Jay Divine have been ejected from ringside after almost taking each other out. Oh, we've seen this before plenty of times from the Undisputed Elite. 450 splash from Tori Doyle. Moonsault from Ruby Rebel. And there's Doyle back out on the apron as Rebel delivers with that springboard coffin drop. Oh, the Marks! What a save! German suplex. Reigns back up. Oh, she's looking a little bit woozy on them spaghetti legs, as we like to say. Wakes herself up just in time. Oh, brain buster. Rebel just gets right back up. Okay. And dragged over to the ropes. Sliced oranges. Taste the citrus. Oh! Not a kick out of 2. Rain, however, not known to beat around the bush. Sunny side down for the dub. But a kick out at 2.5. And the fans on their feet. Great co-main event tag team matchup here. But Reigns not going to allow Ruby Rebel to get necessarily too far. Scoop slam stays on her. Look at the tag to Chloe Marks. Can the Prodigy tie things up nicely here? Finally get her get back from the Undisputed Elite. Who just snapped on a forearm smash. Sneaky little Rebel there. Double boot stomp to the chest. And we've seen this before from Ruby Rebel. The clash, but Rain comes in. See, that's what's great about having some backup. They can come to your aid in such a way. In that corner, not where Marks wants to be. And well done to get herself out with a drop kick to the face of Ruby Rebel. Spins her around. Oh, backbreaker. Trip to the chiropractor. They're making the tag. Ashley Rain's asking for it, but it looks like Marks wants to take a shot at Doyle first. And it backfires for it. Now look at Doyle going to mock her from ringside. All the while, Ruby Rebel being given a chance to recover. Marks. Not one that gives up easily. Oh boy, back suplex on the apron. Rebel's back in the ring though. Here comes Marks to join her. Her turn around, Ruby. Uh-oh. Against the ropes, bad place to be when you're against Chloe Marks. Oh, this is vintage Marks here. Crank it up a notch. Powerbomb on the apron. Undisputed Elite dishing it out. Now they're taking it. This is awesome. Yeah, not for Ruby Rebel. Just got her back broken. Gets to her feet, but Marks is right there to trip her up. And gonna target that back now. That back that's gotta be in agony. Boston Crab. Not for too long. Great reversal by Ruby Rebel into a roll-up. Doesn't even get herself a 1 count though, unfortunately. Like this chop. And a German suplex. For making the tag to Tori Doyle. Trios champs, the Undisputed Elite. Captured the gold shortly after Ascendance 13. And they have their eyes on more championship gold. Suplex unable to win that 6-pack challenge and attack in Australia. And of course, coming up short in the women's Rumble match at Mob Violence. But they are determined to get all the gold CMV has to offer. Oh no. Backstabber into a crossface. Look at this reversal. Whoa. That would have been a great steal right there. Wrestling gods not looking out for Marks though, unfortunately. Oh, what a curse. To the top. Could be frog splash time from Tori Doyle. Love that frog splash. Marks. But a kick out at 2 by the CEO. Get that tagged. Ashley Rain right about now, but Tori Doyle's not letting it happen. Oh, got her! Quick thinking by Marks. Right back into the ring, too. And going for a little bit of a nice walk. Well, I don't know how nice it is necessarily. They shoulder check each other again. And Tori able to take back, control it only momentarily. Reverse DDT by Marks. Nice combo. Discus clothesline. Yeah, certainly Marks has never really played well with others throughout her CMV career. But I think she actually ran at Jay Devine make quite the trifecta, which the Undisputed Elite are certainly learning over these last couple of weeks. Stopping the fuck out of Tori's ankle here. What the hell, man? Rain is really going horde. Like a pit bull with a bow, and now a springboard splash. Nothing pretty but a hook of the leg. Gets a 2 count only. Double boot stop. No vintage Borton combo though, unfortunately. Snap for the suplex, keep it simple. Stay in control. Well, the tag's been made to Ruby Rebel now. It looks like Ashley Rain wants it. Knee to the face. Well, that's a very familiar looking knee. 1, 2. You saw that one earlier tonight, huh? Rebel able to kick out. Again, no vintage Borton combo. But an Irish whip will send Rebel off the ropes. Beautiful arm drag by the Hall of Famer. Followed up immediately by a springboard moonsault. And a quick pin. Tori Doyle getting a bit worried. comes in to make the save. Reigns got her eyes narrowed, which is no good news. Sunny side down again. Countered, another double root stomp to the sternum. Double leg takedown, full mount. And here you see those open palm strikes. Really, ooh! Quickly into a cross armbar. Rainbeard nearly found herself trapped, able to get out of it. Uh-oh. Hurricane Rana may have been able to escape, but obviously the damage was done there. Got that 0.999. Scooped up. And a Samoan drop. As Rebel starts to take back control for the undisputed lead here in our co-event. The tag made to Tori Doyle. A lot of people look at Suplex as the powerhouse of the undisputed lead, and understandably so, she most certainly is. But Tori Doyle, got a lot of power herself. Ashley Reigns, we speak of power. The small but mighty one most certainly packs a punch. Samoan drop it to give her the room to make that tag to Chloe Marks. Walks right into it. Punch to the jaw and a kick to the back of the head. Springboard. Whoa! To casually try and pull out a springboard Phoenix Splash. Marks. Troy taught her well how to avoid that one. Almost able to take the latest one. Crucifix driver! Chloe just flipping the switch. But Rebel is able to make the save. Gets sent packing to the outside for it though, and Marks. Look at this now. Absolutely battering Tori Doyle. Sent on. And with no help from Ruby Rebel at the moment, Marks is taking her time. Get it in with these headbutts. Doyle looking like she's not sure what planet she's on at the moment. Powerbomb incoming. And a nasty one right in the middle of the ring. Give the tag to Ashley Rain. Rebel back up on the apron, but well, it might be just in time to see the end of this matchup. Oh, what a clothesline. Didn't get all of it. Got enough of it, though. Put her into the corner. They're trying to make the tag, but Ashley Rain got them boots up. Slap across the face and then poison Rana. Tori Doyle seeing stars and Ashley Rain looking to send her to space, brother. Sliced oranges! But Rain says no! 'Tis not enough! Sunny! No! Tori Doyle likes it shady, I guess. And directly, no! Rain! Does not like it on the rocks. Tag to Chloe Marks instead. What a back and forth that was. Marks gonna try her shot. Crucifix driver again! I love Marks. Just doesn't give a shit. 1, 2. God. No pop, no circumstance. And so nearly had it won. Ooh, sharp elbow. From off the second rope there. Tags Rain right back in there. Working like a well-oiled machine here. Woo! Rain gonna try to give it another go. Sunny! Side! I like the little nod to Chloe Marks there. They got it. Uno, dos, tres! Chloe Marks and Ashley Rain pick up the win against the Undisputed Elite. It's like I said before, the cracks are beginning to form in the foundation of the Undisputed Elite. 2 Shockwaves in a row now. They have been bested at the hands of Ashley Reigns specifically. Went off, though, there at the end in Marks and Reigns. They were not playing around. We got sliced oranges right here. Followed up by the crucifix driver for Marks. And then the sunny side down from Reigns. Here's the crucifix driver. Second one from Marks to Doyle. And is that one good enough? Well, here you go. Marks and Reigns victorious. And perhaps those trios titles won't be long in the house of the Undisputed Elite. And time it is, my fine feathered friends, for our main event of the evening and the arrival here on Shockwave of the LGBTKO World Champion, Mirabel Duarte, who of course showed herself in the Women's Rumble match at Mob Violence, made it all the way. I think she won the final 5 or 6, I do believe, alongside her opponent here at our main event, that being the returning Brina Storey, who's already been busy this evening on Shockwave, number 153, as we saw earlier, calling out Danielle Davis. Had to feel real good to get her hands on Davis, even if only for a moment. But obviously, Brina Storey ain't gonna rest until she gets that chunk out of Davis. And I talked about earlier, though, hopefully her focus not too much on Davis, that she isn't focused on Mirabel Duarte here. This is exactly the type of competitor that requires your full attention. How good, though, is it to have Brina Storey back in CMV? It's been a somber couple of months. Well, ever since, as it turns out, Danielle Davis was the one back in London, England, at the Ruler of the Ring event who so viciously attacked Brina Storey in the garage in order to give Davis that upper hand in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Made short work of Storey, and then to make sure that she, well, stayed down, attacked with the following Shockwave. But now that Storey cleared, 100% focused on putting the head of Danielle Davis in her trophy case at home. But Davis is intent on using that anger Brina Storey is currently harboring against her. I mean, we saw it in the Women's Rumble match right at Mount Violence. Danielle Davis eliminated Brina Storey. Hit her with that D-Dash from the top rope, threw her over the top. That's because Brina Storey was so focused on just hurting Danielle Davis, wasn't focused on the task at hand, winning the Rumble match itself. And like I said, I hope the same mistake isn't made by Storey here in this one against the LGBTKO World Champion, Mirabel Duarte. The big power slam. Tries to stop to follow it up. Remember, Brina Storey has not had a one-on-one match here in CMV in over 2 months. But stands to reason, might be a little bit uncomfortable at first. Find it tough to get her footing. See how long it takes her to get it back. The former women's tag team champion. I say the next big thing here in CMV. Slide headlock, cinched in real tight by Duarte right now. I wouldn't necessarily call Storey a wrestler. Well, she likes to keep it on her feet. Strikes, obviously takes to the air. Always looking for that monumental moonsault. Duarte is doing a good job even early on of attempting to ground him. But look at now, maybe I'm wrong. Storey, now she's the one with the side headlock. Nice and tight. And wrenching on that thing, too. Wherever Danielle Davis is, I'm sure still not in the arena after barely escaping alive earlier. But how the hunter has become the hunted, because for months Danielle Davis prowling around in that pink hoodie of hers, attacking everyone left and right. Now she's been put on the defensive. It's Brina Storey. And is looking to wage a war. Mirabel Duarte with a standing moonsault. Now going for them legs. Stop the ankle. See, nicely done. Stop Brina from utilizing her speed, from trying to get to the top ropes. Brina has won matches with that before. Not going to try to win this one just yet, though. Tell you what, Brina looking damn good for being out of action for over 2 months. Laid up in a hospital bed. Right, they try to get up in the corner here, but Brina's all over her like a monkey on a cupcake. Not getting grabbed, though. Dragged into the corner. Turned around. Forearm smashed to the back. Tries for an overhand. Brina, though, able to get out an elbow and a single kick to the chest. Call that a nice toe kick. Duarte trying for a breather at ringside, but Storey tracking her down, kick across the lower back, followed up by a Russian leg sweep. Quickly holding in on the lower back of Mirabel Duarte. Look at this now, Fujiwara armbar. Down at ringside, nicely countered by Duarte. Might be right up there with Grimm as one of the more hated individuals in all of the pro wrestling world right now. Oh, Brina! A butterfly suplex. That was a hard landing for Mirabel right there on the floor. And thrown into the ring now. Come out of the corner. Red hot. Woo! It's going to burn you. Duarte able to avoid it. Very, very narrowly right there. Both women slowly to their feet in a drop kick. We don't know. Even though Brina Storey's been cleared, there might be some residual lingering injuries thanks to Danielle Davis. I guess we'll find out as this matchup progresses here in our main event. Uh-oh. Duarte with a pile driver through the ropes. Innovative. Devastated by Brina Storey. And Mirabel not done either. Look at the bully choke. Brina Storey finds herself grounded. Kick, yeah, to her feet. And some elbows to the midsection. I thought Storey might have been done and dusted, but no! Brains! Spilled out on the beltway. Fires back big. But still Duarte able to kick out. Both these women just took their biggest, best shots at each other. And both still standing, but Brina Storey, the one in control right now. Maybe not for very long, as I say that. Elbows to the midsection by the LGBTKO World Champion. Stopped. Knee to the side of the head, Storey. Look at the circling Mirabel. Now going after the left leg. Trying to get her an old Charlie horse here. Duarte to her feet. Brina was thinking about trying to come out of the corner with a little something, but Duarte obviously messed up her plans. Ooh, knee to the midsection. And scooped up, drops down behind just that fast. But Brina has some ring awareness, gets herself up in the corner, but unfortunately Mirabel, shoulder first into the steel ring post, and wherever Danielle Davis is right now, I'm sure she's watching with a smile on her face, because things are not going well for Brina Storey. Now a kick to the gut, and a potential powerbomb, which Brina Storey wants none of. Counters at it with some punches to the top of the head, close that distance. I'm going to take Duarte for a walk. Watch out, ref. Make way. On the rebound, drop down by Storey. Leapfrog 2. Ooh, what a leg lariat. Brina! Feeling all types of way. Feeling froggy. Monumental moonsault. Good to be back. But Duarte kicking out of the monumental moonsault and very, very much needs a breather. But Brina is not taking her finger off the trigger, unfortunately, for the LGBTKO World Champion. Gonna throw it right back into the ring. And I'll use you to send a message, and that's to one Danielle Davis. Signed, sealed, delivered. Drop kick upside the head. Duarte looking up at them lights. And Storey goes out onto the apron for a drop kick to the face. There's just no stopping Storey right now. It doesn't seem like. Half Nelson reverse STO. Duarte gotta get the hell up on out of there right now. Or think of something. And I mean, like right now, to turn the tide from Brett's rope. Brina Storey trying to get another drop kick. Look at this. Mirabel just tries to quickly pin her. Catch her off guard, but only a 1 count. Great matchup here at our main event. I'm happy to see that Brina Storey has managed to lock in. Duarte takes her last best shot. Brina Storey catches her up. Crescendo with that double underhook face buster. And I guess that ain't enough. Because your brains are on the beltway. Hook of the leg, and that'll give you uno, dos. Today's Brina Storey is back. And is taking no BS. And if I were Danielle Davis right about now, I would be shivering me timbers I would be quaking in my loafers as Brina Storey has got a fire up under her ass, and Danielle Davis is going to be on the receiving end. I got a feeling of quite the ass kicking sooner rather than later. Great show as always, my friends. Great to have Brina Storey back. Not great for Danielle Davis. And until next time, see you when I see you.